Welcome back to the Buckhouse Podcast, the realest podcast on the planet. We dive into marriage, motivation, social media, just what's going on in our life, the everyday struggles that no one wants to talk about. No filters, just the truth. I'm one of your hosts, Benjamin Buckhouse, alongside Johnathan Buckhouse right over there. We're two brothers that get together once a week to talk about our shared hobbies, common interests, things like that, or just kind of give each other tips and advice here and there, whatever it may be. Right now, Johnathan, I noticed that you're wearing two things that I would love to talk about. You've got your Clew hoodie on, and I know that they just came out with like a new binding system that you made a video about, and also that lovely hat that you're wearing. Go Pack Go! But yeah, tell us.
2-0, baby.
No, two.
I'm a little tired from staying up watching the game, but man, we look nasty.
We do look pretty good. And I had that realization.
It's fun having a good offense, but it's kind of nicer having a better defense. Like, nothing's worse than just watching your team get ran over or passed on and like whatever. But when every play is your defense dominating the other team's offense, it's actually pretty enjoyable. And we've never had that in Green Bay. We've had some pretty good defenses, but I've never seen our defense play like this.
So I don't remember it nearly probably as well as you do, but what was it like having like Reggie White? I know that you were still kind of on the tail end of watching that, but like was that a defense that we had?
I don't remember. I was so young. I mean, I remember watching I remember knowing the Packers went to the Super Bowl versus the Broncos, but I didn't, I can't tell you a single play that I remember. I just remember getting made fun of that we lost and things like that because we live in Colorado.
I was gonna say, I think the Super Bowl was in '98, I believe. So you would have been like what, four or five, something.
7.
Oh yeah, you're 91.
91, bro. 91, bro.
That's actually easy to remember.
Come on, there's only 8 of us. How do you not remember all of our birthdays?
Yeah, no, seriously. No, seriously, I have no idea where like my nieces and nephews are at with schooling or how old they are or anything. I'm like, I've got my own siblings that I gotta try to figure out, and then I also have, nieces and nephews. I'm so lost when it comes to this stuff.
I'll tell you this, Roman is a Aaron Rodgers fan, even though he doesn't play for the Packers, hasn't played for the Packers in a while. Roman, though, wants Aaron Rodgers on his fantasy football team. He wants Aaron Rodgers to be the starter of his fantasy football team. Roman he doesn't care that he's on the Steelers right now. He's like, dude, Rodgers is got a spot in my heart. But he did pick his football jersey. So Roman's playing tackle football, which is so much fun. Getting to go and coach him and watch him and just see him take a stinger or get his hand smashed in a face mask, all the fun things that happen with tackle football. And he looks at me like, I want to quit, Dad. And then the coach is like, back on the line, Roman. And then he's like, oh, okay. And just seeing him go through the mental growth of becoming stronger, and then just having other males that one of the coaches, and some people might disagree with this, but I fully agree with it, was if you don't need to sit out about it, I don't need to hear about it. Basically telling the kids, if it is just kind of stings, it kind of doesn't feel great, but you're fine, I don't want to hear about it. Unless you really can't breathe or you're hurt and you need to go sit down, don't tell me about your injury. Everyone's going to get injuries.
There's a couple things. So I'm gonna go on about the Roman stuff, but I want to talk more about fantasy. So we're gonna come back to that. But Roman stuff, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I know that I wasn't tough when it came to playing football, in middle school, high school, and everything like that. Could have been tougher and everything like that. I also I look back at it and I regret is the biggest thing I feel when it comes to football, which is that's the last thing you want to feel, and there's nothing I can really do about it. But it's I prioritize different things. I feel like I could have been a great football player because the coaches, I remember my freshman year after playing the first week of practice and everything like that, my coaches started me on defense. They started me as safety. They really wanted me to play, but my grades were slipping, and then I was on limited practice because I had to get my grades back up because I didn't prioritize it, and then I also would rather be playing video games than playing football. So like my priorities were just wrong, and like I 100% regret it. Something that Jonathan and I did talk about in a previous episode was like was how football is such a unique time because it's one of the few sports that you pretty much can only play from like elementary if you play on like a private team, like a club team, to like middle school where your school starts to offer it, and high school. Like that's the limited time that you get to play it. Like you don't really do that as an adult unless you're playing like flag football, right? So like I said, I regret is the biggest thing I think about when I think about my high school football time, which I hate, but there's nothing I can do about it now. So I'm happy that Roman's getting to experience this.
I went to one of your games with my really fancy camera. I meant to tell you this, and I have like 60 photos of you playing football.
You've actually shown them to me. I know that you had those. Like I know that you took those photos and everything, which is awesome. Thank you for doing that. But yeah, no, like I played football and I was pretty good at it, but I just didn't take it as seriously as I could have and should have. So that's like the one thing that sucked.
You know, I was blessed with going to the small school and getting lots of opportunity to play. You know, you went to a lot bigger of a school too, which, you know, psychologically could have disengaged you a little bit. There is something about, like Roman even was like, I don't think I'm ready for a game. And I was like, you're ready for a game? He's like, no, I don't think I'm ready. And I'm like, well, you don't get to be not ready. There's 8 of you. You guys play 8-man football. You got to play, bud. And he was like, I do? He was like, I was like, what are you going to do with your team? Like, then your team can't play. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready.
I'm happy that you're making him overcome that, because that's unfortunate that he has that feeling, you know? Like, dude, what makes you think that you're not ready?
It's it's a fear of unknown. And I think a lot of people truly struggle with this. Like when he put on the football gear for the first time, the shoulder pads, the helmet, he was like, I don't like this. I don't want to wear this. I don't want to wear this. And I was like, you have to wear it. He's like, I don't want to wear this. I don't want to wear these pads. And I was like, he's like, I can't throw. I can't move my arms. I'm like, you have to wear it. You will get comfortable with it, and you will understand. Like, it's a part of the game. You're gonna figure it out. But if I'm just like, oh, that's uncomfortable, let's take it off. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I put a 5-pound helmet on your head. No, your neck's not strong enough. Wear the helmet. We're gonna wear the helmet in our father-son practices, and your neck will get stronger. Thus, you'll get better. And he would also be like, I can't get off the ground with my pads because he's like, it's hard to get off the ground with my pads. And I was like, well, it was hard to sit up off the ground on your snowboard. You figured that one out. Like, you just got to keep trying and doing and going. So with the game, I think he's just like, oh, like we are playing other kids. I'm nervous. And so it's like helping them understand, like, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to think you're not ready. But even if you don't think you're ready, there is still action that needs to be taken.
Yeah, that is just stuff that you have to overcome, and I'm happy that you are pushing through that, bro, with Roman. So that's awesome. But yeah, no, I get that does clarify it. It's like, it's not like he has, he's this is completely new to him. He's completely uncomfortable, everything like that. Like I remember there's certain, like, have you ever seen I'm sure you've seen the movie Inside Out, right? Like the Disney Pixar movie with like the feelings and stuff.
I got 2 kids. I've seen that movie like 600
That's why I said
times.
there's no way that you like it, like you have seen this. But I actually really like that movie, not because I'm like, oh, it's so cute, or like I think that it really does depict like us humans well in a manner for kids, right? So I think it's a really good movie. But the one thing that sticks with me is that the core memory concept. There's a concept that like you have these core memories that stick with you forever, right? And there's certain core memories, and one of them I had was like, it's not a great memory, but like I remember being so frustrated with snowboarding, so frustrated. And mind you, this was like probably the second weekend we went or something like that. And everyone that goes snowboarding in the first 2 weekends is terrible at it. Like you're not good at it right away or anything like that. But I remember being so frustrated, and then hearing that skiing was easier and stuff. I remember going up to our dad being like, hey dad, because our dad's a skier. Our dad doesn't still. Our dad's a skier, and I remember going to dad and be like, "Hey, dad, what if I picked up skiing rather than snowboarding? Like, what would that like? Would you be okay with that? Like, I know you're a skier. Like, did you ever want a kid that went skiing with you rather than snowboarding?" And he was like, "No, dude. Like, I already bought all your gear and everything. He's like, you're just frustrated right now. Like, and he pushed me past that, but like that was just like a core memory I have. So like hearing Roman, like, yeah, it's that same thing. It's like he's just frustrated. He's confused. He's just like, I don't know about this stuff. And yeah, you just had to push him through it and everything. So
I think being a father is the coolest thing when it comes to being able to teach your son how to like get through the hard things and to learn, and then to see him grow through it and get past like Roman's been very frustrated snowboarding and like wanted to quit, and it's like, hey man, like, and you just walk him through it, you coach him through it, and it's because if you can get him past this emotion or let him like feel or learn, like, yeah, well, you're about to get trucked by this kid. I know what's coming. You know what's coming. This kid's 3 grades older than you, also bigger. Like, you're going to take this hit. Be ready for this hit. Gets hit, sucks. And then he also learns, I'm still okay. Like, I didn't die. And it's like such a good lesson. And just to watch that growth, it's so special. And one thing with Roman that I'm so excited for is I still live in a small town, or I went to a small school. I got a lot of opportunity to play varsity football all 4 years in high school, and to really have this amazing high school football experience that taught me a lot of lessons. And then Roman has this opportunity that he's in a small town, and if he wants to be a starter on the NFL on the high school football team, that will fully be a possibility. Because that's why we're starting so young with him. He's only 7 and he's playing tackle football, but he can now develop the skills, learn, play in middle school and play in high school, and then once again it ends unless for some reason he gets a crazy growth spurt and learns how to run, because that kid is slow. Like he'll at least have this really awesome window that he got to really play football, and so that makes me excited.
That is super exciting. And to kind of touch on what you were not necessarily like alluding at, but you're like, if he wants to start in the NFL, like, on a real note, bro, you live not too far from Vail Christian Academy, in Vail, Colorado, which is the leading football team in Colorado, I believe. Like, they make it to state pretty regularly and everything like that. But the McCaffrey family, Christian McCaffrey, who's one of the greatest running backs to play in the league right now, it went to Vail Christian Academy. He's from Colorado, and I know you remember.
I didn't know that. I thought they were from California.
Nope, Vail Christian Academy. Yep. I have a friend that Rug. He played high school football as well, but here in the Colorado Springs, and they played like tournaments against Christian McCaffrey. Like, Rug has played against Christian, and like he was like, even in high school, the dude was the best player on the field, and you could tell that he was like going to be a professional athlete.
Who's that dude?
Yeah. So so like, not say like, yes, Roman is on the smaller side and everything, which I did want to talk about in just a second, but like, you actually are in a situation where if he's playing well, like, or if he gets into it now and really enjoys it, and then you just kind of like do middle school or whatever, and then he goes to Vail Christian, which I know it's a drive for you guys or whatever, but if that's that's in 10 years or whatever. So if the time comes, like, if that's something that happens, there's a really good football program right by you. But shoot, what was I just saying? Oh yes, Roman and his size as a father, a couple things, like, has football put him in a situation where he is more open to like eating different types of foods to try to get bigger or anything like that? And then also, as a father, how do you feel about like trying to push him to potentially like pick up some weights? Not like, hey, we're gonna go to the gym today, but like, hey, just like go push some stuff around, like try to build some muscle or something.
Leading by example is the as a father, especially at his current age, is the easiest thing. So Roman has always seen dad work out. Like right on the other side of this door behind me is a gym. I work out, especially in the summertime, consistently. He'll wake up at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, usually bust in on me in the middle of a workout. First thing in the morning, he starts grabbing weights and doing stuff. Now, obviously, we can turn this into like a, hey, let's work out some key muscles and things like that and start working him out. But when it comes to eating, we actually got him a kid's protein shake that he drinks every single day because he is a smaller dude. He has gotten to like the 20th percentile in his height, which is not 50%. 100% is like you're super tall. 50% is like your average kid. I was shocked that he was even in the 20th percentile because for height, he was chilling in the 10th percentile for like the longest time. So shorty. No shock if you've seen how tall I am and my wife. And then weight, he's in the 5th percentile. So he's super light, just skin and bones. And so we got him this, a protein shake he drinks every single day. And obviously this is what the container says, all that type of stuff. But kids that take it tend to grow 20% more, to get a lot bigger. I mean, he drinks those protein shakes. The first time he went to the bathroom, he was like, look how yellow my pee is. And it's from like all the vitamins and stuff that's in it. So we are aware of how what his size is. And yes, it's one of those things where like, I'm not training Roman to be a football player, but I am educating him how to be an athlete, working out, eating the proper foods, being athletic and active, not just in the sport that you're interested in. We spent 3 hours on Sunday watching football because I love watching football. I was throwing a hacky sack, and he was diving and catching the hacky sack into the couch. And I could have been like, it needs to be a football, go get a football. But the hand-eye coordination, it doesn't matter if it's a football or a hacky sack. He's learning hand-eye coordination. He's learning how to put his hand in the right spot and to grab a ball. Is that incredibly important for life? I don't know. Sports ended up being super important in my life. I became a professional snowboarder. So I'm just encouraging him to be an athlete, to be athletic, to get out and move. And honestly, in my opinion, doing physical things and being outside is the most enjoyable part of life instead of sitting inside. So that's where we're at. Like yesterday, he got in trouble. We took his Nintendo away, and he went in his room and played with his basketball hoop for 2 hours, playing basketball in his room. I'm like, that's amazing. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say like, no, I wasn't saying like, oh, you need to get him bigger and stronger so he can be amazing at football, but just in general, because like it's one of those like, so the 4 Tendencies book that we've talked about in the past of like, putting a why behind something may motivate him, right? So it's like, hey, like Roman, like you're really into this football and everything. Like maybe we need to put some weight on you. Like let's go ahead, like you got to eat chicken or you got to do this. That way you can get bigger for your football or whatever. And it's overall like, does he need to be this muscular looking 7-year-old? No, but like it kind of builds that foundation that it's like the food that you're consuming or what you're doing to your body is important later in life type of deal. So it's kind of what you were getting at is like leading by example, like working out is good for you or eating right is good for you in all categories of life, right? So I didn't know if you were using that as an opportunity to show that. That's all. But no, that's
Yeah, well, and even him just seeing his teammates like opens his eyes to that, where like he knows he's one of the smallest on the team, and so it's like, well, you want to play against these kids, you gotta get bigger, man. How do we get bigger? We eat that chicken. How do we get bigger? You finish that full plate of food. How do we get bigger? We eat a good breakfast. We have a good start to our day. So because kids will always be like, I don't want to eat a breakfast burrito, I can have pancakes. And I'm like, well, Pancakes have no protein in them there, buddy.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So,
And that's what I was kind of like, yeah, like, is it almost like a learning opportunity and everything? It sounds like, you're working on stuff.
oh,
So,
absolutely.
fantasy football. I'm mad about it. So,
Oh, we talked about this last
so
episode.
Jonathan and I, we've got a fantasy football league with our family, and let me tell you why I'm mad. I set up my team for what I believed was going to be like, I was like, from my gut feeling, I think that this is going to be a good switch around or whatever it may be, and like everything was telling me against it. The fantasy app was like, you've got far less projected points. Like, you can click this button, it'll optimize your team or something like that. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. And I did something stupid. I submitted it to ChatGTP or whatever, an AI, and I was just like, look at this stuff. Tell me what you think. And they're like, this is terrible. And I'm like, like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So I am mad because stuff like, I started Tucker Craft. If you don't know, Tucker, football talk here, guys, but Tucker Craft is a player for the Packers, over Travis Kelce, and Tucker Craft got like 35 points. No, I'm joking, but on a real note, he had like 25 points last night. Let's see, yeah, 24.
You didn't start
No,
him?
because like everything was telling me to start Kelce over, and I'm like, I don't know.
Don't listen to.
Yeah,
Use your
that's
own
what I'm
brain.
saying. I'm mad.
The
I'm
whole
mad.
point
I'm
is
done.
you
I'm
know
done.
best. The computer can't watch
I'm
football.
done with it, dude. I'm done with it.
Computer
It was
doesn't
trying to tell
know.
me to start Jonathan Taylor over Isaiah Pacheco, and so I had the opportunity to switch that around. But no, the other one was that I had Jared Goff I told it to have Jared Goff start. It had Jaden Daniels to start. And everything I was reading, I was like, maybe I should start Jaden Daniels because he can run.
You started Jaden Daniels against
I
our defense.
know, dude. And then I was like, Jared Goff had a terrible week last week, but it's the Lions versus the Bears. I think the Lions are gonna fix a lot of their stuff, and the Bears suck. And so, yeah, I'm mad. Like, this is the first time I ever played fantasy football. I should have went with a bold decision.
You learned a lesson early.
I should have.
At least you learned it early. Follow your gut.
Yeah.
Understand matchups. Like,
Nah.
on one of my teams, because I have 4. I hate having that many teams. I'm in a league that I could totally have not have been in. But in one of the leagues, I had Hurts and Deebo Samuel. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to. I was forced to do Hurts because my tight end, I took one of the tight ends got put on injury reserve, my main tight end. So I was forced to use Hurts as my tight end. And Deebo Samuel went off, and I was like, well, if anyone's going to do good against us, Deebo's always done good against us. And they were getting smacked, both of them, last night. And I was like, that was a mistake. That this Packers defense is for real. And then both of those guys did get touchdowns, kind of like, Packers dominated that game, even though those guys got points. They were never in that game. So thank goodness my fantasy team is fine because those dudes scored touchdowns. But yeah, you got to make the right decisions. And I like fantasy football because it gets you more into the game. And so, and also makes you, like, depending, like, I hate when I have a different player on the other team because, like, I don't want anyone to score against the Packers, so I want to shut everybody out. But when it's your fantasy player that gets the touchdown, you're like, I'm mad they got a touchdown. But if anyone had to get it, whatever, fine.
So it did make me more interested near the end because we pretty much had locked in that game, right? 24 to, what was it? 24 to 13? No. 24 to.
I thought it was 27 to 14.
27 to 14. Well, no. 27 to 10. Because then they got a touchdown and they went for a 2-point conversion, and then it was 27 to 18. I remember that. Anyways, but like, when it was 27 to 10 or whatever, there was 7 minutes left in the game. It made it more interesting because I had Jaden Daniels as a starting as my starting quarterback, because then it was like, I'm okay with him getting a touchdown right now because we won this game. Like there'd be some pretty crazy things that would have to happen, but if he gets a touchdown, now I get some more points. Like sure, it doesn't look like we dominated as much as we did on paper. We're still gonna win. Doesn't You could win by 1 point or you could win by 50 points. It doesn't matter. The win is all that matters, right? So it did make it more interesting because it was like I'd be okay with him getting a touchdown, maybe even two, because they'd still be losing. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, and once again, it's more fun for like when you get teams you have nothing invested in. But the issue is when you have four different teams, the likelihood of you having the same players on all four teams goes down. So all of a sudden, like you have a player you want to root for on one league, but then you're also playing against that player in a different league. So you're rooting and then rooting against, and you're just like, this is dumb.
Yeah, no, I get that. But no, if you're not into football, I'm sorry, but
so we'll pass on the football talk. Yeah.
Well, then let's revisit what we talked about at the beginning. Clue. How are those new Clue bindings? Where what's going on with that?
Dude, the new ones are money, man. So Clue's one of my biggest snowboard sponsors, guys. They take care of me well. They've taken me to Europe that was the first time leaving the country was thanks to Clue, and I've been with these guys since launch. And there's a lot to be said of helping someone build their company as well as building your own thing. So like Clue has helped me build my thing, but at the same time, I've helped them build their thing. And it's just like this having each other's back. And it's like so many people want to talk trash about Clue, and I get so angry because I know the people behind it, and I know their why, I know their purpose. I know that they're in it to they're not in it to steal people's money and become billionaires. Like they really believe in what they're doing, and they make really quality over everything. Like this hoodie I wear it in like all the podcasts because it's such a good quality warm hoodie. Like I love this hoodie. And so I just really stand behind this company, and the independence is the new binding, and it's super duper better, which is awesome. And like I hate so many people want to be like to demonize Clue and be like, oh, they don't have this or there's this, and like not everything is perfect, especially when it's first started. And the independence was their first iteration, and the binding was incredible. It needed some improvements, but it was an incredible binding. And guess what? Here we are with their second version with the improvements, and it's rad. Like it feels so much better. And it's one of those things where I hate when people don't let companies or people grow. They want to end it. Nope, these things suck. Don't buy them. They're pieces of crap, which isn't true. And you just never give the company the opportunity to improve, to get better. And it's one of those things where, when you're buying something new and innovating, you are taking a risk, especially when you're one of the first people when you're one of the first people that are purchasing it. It's like the first people that bought an iPhone did not get the best iPhone. The people that bought the first version of the computer did not get the best computer. But it has to start with someone purchasing it in the beginning, believing in what they are seeing, and then it gets better and better and better and better and better down the line. So like this new version of Clues are a lot better than the first version. Not saying the first version were bad. These next versions just amazing. So I'm really excited for the new one, to push it, to launch it, to ride it. It was heartbreaking knowing that I had a better pair of bindings sitting next to me for so long, but I couldn't ride them because I couldn't show anything about them, but I still had to make content. So they just had to sit in a box, and I'm like, I would much rather be riding these ones. But hey, we're past that stage now. I get to rock the new bindings, and they're amazing.
Very nice. It's so, I don't know. Yeah, like so many people have such strong opinions, and it is frustrating. And like, I don't know. It is what it is. Like, being in the car industry, I have everybody talking crap about each other's cars, right? I've got people coming in that are truck guys, and if you're there's certain people that are super tied to a vehicle. If you're a truck guy, if you own trucks, you're pretty much tied to a particular truck. If you are a off-road person, you're either a Jeep person or you're a Toyota person, or sometimes maybe you're now a Bronco person, right? There's like that. Or if you're into sports cars, either you love Mustangs or you love Chargers and Challengers, or you love, BMWs or like this, that, like there's like diehards for their groups, but everyone just wants to talk crap about each other, right? If you're a Ram guy, you'd love talking crap about Ford and Chevy, or if you're a Ford guy, you love talking crap about Ram. There's never ending, and it's just so like, people make good products. Like each one has their own unique thing, and at the end of the day, especially when it comes to vehicles, if you take care of your vehicles for the most part, they're gonna last. So like just do your regular maintenance and don't do anything stupid with them. But anyways, yeah, like it sucks to know that like the brand that you represent and the company that you represent and the people that you know and represent, like you're backing them up and everything like that, and to have people that know nothing just bashing them, yeah, it sucks. I get that.
Well, I wouldn't even say that it sucks, because just like with my YouTube presence and me snowboarding for a living through social media, I get a lot of pushback for that, because so many people want to be like, you're not a pro, you don't do this, you're doing it different, you're doing it wrong. And then to be the main rider for a company who's also getting that pushback, who's also getting that same message, is exciting, because we read Grant Cardone's 10X book, and I'm not saying everything he says is correct, but one of his biggest things is he says, if you don't have haters, you're doing it wrong. If people aren't hating on you, if you're not hitting every level of like, people love you, people hate you, people respect you, like if you're not hitting all these levels, you're doing it wrong. You should be making enough noise that you hit the level of people being outspoken against you and saying, no, we don't like that, because that means you really are impacting a large number of people. I really hate to say this. There's gonna be people that don't like you, and you can't do nothing about it. You could run into a building and save a baby, save a baby from a burning building.
Jeez.
And people will tell you what you did was wrong, that you shouldn't have done that because you risked the firefighters' lives, or you did that. Like, there will be people that will, in their head, truly formulate some type of argument that you going in and saving that child was the wrong thing. I've learned that from the internet. It is what it is. No matter what you do, there will be some broken-minded person with a different opinion that is so stubborn, and that's okay.
So I'm actually happy that you brought this up, because I actually resorted back to the 10X rule with Grant Cardone recently. So we talked about it in previous podcasts, but the month of August was a very good month for me when it came to car sales. Admittedly, September is moving quite slow, but the month of August was a killer month for me. And I made waves, management was talking about me a lot. The GM talked about me a lot, and things like that. And that pisses people off. Pissed a lot of my colleagues off. Now they've seen the cycle before. If anyone does really good, they get talked about a lot. So anyways, there was a lot of talk, and then we made a podcast episode where I talked about it, and I titled it, because it's social media and you got to clickbait, but I titled it "How to Become a Salesperson Your First Month." And some of my colleagues found that podcast and they were pissed at me, because they're like, you're not a top salesperson, blah, blah. It wasn't your first month, it was technically your second month, the blah blah, and like they're mad about it. And I was just like, whatever, do you. Well, then I started posting to social media. I started posting to social media for my stuff. I have a video that has 420,000 views on TikTok. That pissed a lot of people off. People are pissed off, and I was just like, it sucks, because like I'm not trying to do anything. Like I'm just doing me. I'm like am I upset that these people don't like me? Yes and no. At the end of the day, like I don't care. But it really is just like, it's frustrating, because like I'm not trying to piss off any of my colleagues. I just so happen to do that. And when they're your colleagues, yeah, it sucks. But at the end of the day, it's like, If they want to be mad, they're going to be mad. And I thought about it. I was like, Grant Cardone is like, if you're not making people mad, if you're not being talked about, if you're not upsetting people, like you're doing something wrong. And I went back to that. I resorted back to that. So,
well, especially in the world of car sales and sales and essentially like you're competing against your coworkers, which is definitely a tough environment. It's kind of a sports like environment. I thrive in that, by the way. I love, I don't want to say beating down my teammates or like,
you are
like,
toxic.
I'm very competitive. I'm not toxic, I'm competitive. But also, I love nothing more than someone being like, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to do this. You're not going to. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I love nothing more than doing it. And then just rubbing their face in it. It's like, it's a great feeling. It's when someone says you can't do something and you take that. And it's one of those things I'm reading. I need to finish it. I've had 3 weeks of like, I don't say I'm not motivated because I'm getting a lot done. I've had 3 weeks where I'm so overwhelmed that like reading, and this book is so good that I'm not reading this book because I don't have the mental, because I read this book and it sends me on like, I just start going on different missions because it's such a good book. But Choose Your Enemies Wisely by Patrick Bet-David. This is a must read book, bro. But he talks about like getting that person that motivates you to wake up every day and you be like, I'm not sleeping in because I gotta beat that person, and he's sleeping in, and I'm not gonna let him wake up earlier than me because I gotta prove him wrong. I gotta that especially with your car salesman stuff right now, bro. That could be a really good book for you.
I will. I'll pull up Amazon right now and I'll add it. But so I'm happy that you have a book like that. I'm happy. Or actually, what's it called? Choose Your Enemies Wisely.
Choose Your Enemies Wisely.
Okay.
By Patrick Bet-David.
So there is a NFL commercial that I actually love right now. There's an NFL commercial that I actually love right now. It's a Lowe's commercial with Dak Prescott. Such a weird thing. But I'm sure you've seen it where Dak Prescott's like knocking on a window to wake somebody up. And then he's like, come on, dude, you got to get up. Time to do the yard work or whatever. And the dude's like, I don't want to. And he looks over and his neighbor is doing the yard work with a different football player, like motivating him. He's like, well, Daryl's ready. And like, that's kind of what you're saying. It's like,
I have not seen this commercial, but I'm gonna look it up.
It's a Lowe's commercial that just came out this year. It's got Dak Prescott. It's got Justin Jefferson. It's got a couple other players. But the point is like,
but it's the competitiveness. It's like poking at competitiveness.
Well, it's competitiveness, but it's also just like it's just even putting it in like a theoretical standpoint. It's like, you know, life doesn't stop just because you want to sleep in or whatever, right? Or like, you know, it doesn't matter that you're tired or whatever. The job still needs to get done. And like, yeah, it's just a great commercial, and it's not like a motivating commercial in any way. It's more just like a fun commercial. But when I watch it, I'm like, that's exactly like what it is. It's like you gotta show up, you gotta compete. Yeah, it's a fun commercial. It talks about like, or it makes me think of that book that you're saying. It's like Choose Your Enemy Wisely. Like you got to find something to wake you up in the morning to like go and get after it or whatever.
Your why, your purpose. Well, and it's like there's layers to it. You like in business, you need your overall why. Why do you do it? And like I've mentioned it in the earlier episodes of the podcast, but like my dad got stationed in a different state after my parents separated, and then he went and fought in a war, and my dad disappeared for a large chunk of my childhood. And in that time frame, other adults came in and influenced me, and they're the reason why I'm a snowboarder. And I learned through making content that I get to be that person, those people that influence me so much. I get to be that person to thousands and thousands of kids. That motivates me to make content, to be cool, to inspire the youth to chase their dreams and to be tough and to be a parent and to be a great dad. That's my why. But you also need other whys, other little reasons, other little competitiveness, because it is so hard. Especially when you work for yourself. No one's firing me, no one's making me post a video every single day. But me. And so you got to have other things that you trick yourself or motivate yourself to get it done. No one's making me snowboard 200 days this year. I'm making me snowboard 200 days this year. I can not hit it, and no one will know. No one will give a crap. I care. It's my thing. It's my head. It's my motivation. It's my reason.
I wouldn't say I don't like. I am competitive, but just on certain times, like, or certain things. Like, if I'm playing video games, super competitive. But in like the sales environment, do I want to be the best? Of course. But at the same time, like, I want my colleagues to also be the best. Like, I want all to do well. And I know that that's not the direction you're going. I know you're not that type of person where you're like, I want to, if you're in my position, you're like, it's not like I want to sell 30 cars and I want everyone else to sell 5. Like, you're not like that. It's just more so like, if someone's selling 29, you want to be selling 30, right? Like, you want to like be the better, right? So
yeah, I hate the having the tallest building by tearing down all the buildings around you mindset. I think that's disgusting. It's like, my mindset is a rising tide raises all ships. I'm just gonna be the bigger ship and be at the highest part of the tide because I worked my butt off to be ahead.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm right there.
However, our brother-in-law is another level of competitor, and it's funny because we'll like do like something like as simple as like pickleball. Like, I'm competitive, but I can play pickleball without being competitive. But then all of a sudden they start getting super competitive. You're like, well, now I have to be competitive, and I didn't want to be. And I'll step up. I can do it, but I'm not gonna initiate it. Where, like, at the same time, someone like my brother-in-law, he won state. He's got a different level of competitiveness, and so it's a blessing and a curse. I like my level of competitiveness. If I need to turn it on, I can turn it on to full blast. But on a day-to-day, I can just coast.
You say that, bro. I know you too well. You can't just coast. you try to win it. You try to win it ever.
Whatever.
No, it's funny because, like, so I love her to death, and I don't know if she's gonna watch this, but my wife, she is competitive to a certain, like, it's hard to, like, I don't know, she's competitive, but also not competitive. But where it's difficult is, like, I can go to play mini golf with my wife and I'm perfectly fine. But apparently I put off this vibe that, like, all I do is care about winning or something. And I'm like, no, like, I don't want to compete against you. I just want to go play mini golf with you, or I just want to go bowling with you. Like, but the big thing is like, I am competitive against myself. Like, if I go bowling, like, I want to bowl the best game I can. It's not that I want to beat my wife in this game. It's just, I want to perform the best that I can. Or like when I go mini golfing, or if I go to Top Golf or something like that, like, I want to do the best that I can. And like I said, I don't know if I give off that vibe or something, but no, it's like, I just want to have fun.
Me and Bobby will do like 15-minute back massage to whoever like wins mini golf.
Bobby is competitive. She's
even
so
with football
competitive.
games, we're like, who you picking, who I'm picking. I'm like, well, what do I get if I win? And like, well, you got to do the dishes if the Commanders beat the Packers, or like just things like that. Like, it's funny.
I get that. Like I said, Bobby is competitive for sure.
She does hate when I turn it. She's competitive and she's good. Like, she'll kick my butt in pickleball sometimes. But also there's times where, like, she'll kill the fun because, like, so she'll awaken the competitive beast. And I'm like, oh, it's on. And then but then she, like, wasn't ready to fully compete yet. And so then I might, like, full go, and she's like, wasn't really there. So then she yells at me for being too competitive. And then I'm like, well, now it's not fun because now I'm not going to half try. I'm not going to, like, kind of play pickleball now. Like, it's not fun. Like, but she's good enough when she gets in the mood, or like when she gets warmed up enough, that she can compete and be really like on the same page. And then I'm like struggling to beat her. But if I turn it up too fast and don't let her warm up, then I get in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. I want to play pickleball.
The way that you were just doing that made me think of Tim so much. I don't want to be in trouble. That's no. No, I just like I don't know. There's certain things I'm competitive with, and it's mostly just this, like I don't know. It's mostly video games. It's mostly video games because like that's what I want to like. That I competed in it, right? It's something I do care about. It's what I enjoy doing. That's what I do. But at the same time, like Kirsty doesn't want to play video games with me because she's like, "You're so good," and I don't ever play video games, and I'm like, "You're missing the point. Like I know you're gonna be bad. Like I just want to play games with you. Like you don't have to be good.
I just want to
Like
crush you. I just want to beat you in
no,
Mario Kart.
like that wouldn't be fun. Like it wouldn't be fun to me to like. It's kind of like I really so something I want to do is I want to invite our nephew over, Harry, to come and play Halo with me because he doesn't have an Xbox or anything like that, and I know that his dad did play it a little bit growing up. I don't know if Ashley, I'm sure Ashley's like, I don't want to play that, but also she's also like, whatever, just go have fun. What I'm getting at though is like, it's a game that we grew up playing. It's a bonding opportunity for Harry and I, but also like it's a great time. Like I just want to have him do it. But at the same time, like
run him through the campaigns.
No, that's what I want to do. I want to run him through the campaigns.
Take him into multiplayer. Just like
run him through the campaigns.
Run him through the campaigns. It's good. Me and Romans, we've beaten every Halo. Me and Roman.
Yeah, but it's like, is Harry going to be good at this? No, I could literally beat him 15-0 in every single game. Like not even stand a chance, right? But that's not why I'm inviting him over.
That's how I like to play.
See, like I don't want to do that because like number one, it wouldn't be fun, but also like I don't care. I don't want to do it so I can look at my nephew and be like, you suck, I'm better than you. No, like
you suck. you suck.
Like I don't care to do that. It's just like I want to enjoy that experience together, right, and have fun. And then of course I'm sure he's gonna be like, Uncle Ben, can I play you? Sure, dude. Like, and then just destroy him. Like, but then that now he's getting competitive, and now if he gets like a close, if he's almost beats me, that's I'm gonna get you next time or whatever, like that. Yeah, if that's what he wants to do, like go for it, dude. But at the same time, I'm not gonna take it easy on him, you know what I'm saying?
Now, between obviously like high school sports got me some competitiveness because it's like I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna try my hardest so I can start. I'm not gonna let so and so take my position, or like I'm not gonna stand on the sideline because I didn't show up and work hard. Mixed in with I used to game hard, and so that got a lot of competitiveness through the gaming. And I started working a job. People do what I've noticed with me is because I am very good at certain stuff. Like an example is like I'm a very good snowboarder. So when I go do something that I'm not good at, people that are good at that but not as good at me at snowboarding love to talk trash to me because they finally have their moment. Like they can't talk trash to me about snowboarding because I'm the best snowboarder in the group or whatever. So like we're there. But then we get on a bike and all these dudes that I thought were my friends are rolling up and talking their trash because I suck at riding a bike. Or like it's funny. It's a funny dynamic, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's like if somebody hasn't, like I had friends that got frustrated. So talking about video game talk, but like something I know I'm good at is like I can pick up a new game and be good at it very quickly. There's very like I don't know what it is, but like I can pick up a new game and just everything clicks very quickly. I learn it fast. And that always upset my friends growing up because they always knew that I was really good at Halo. But they're like, oh, like this, like, dude, the new Gears of War came out. You should come play Gears of War with me. I'm like, okay. Like first game, they might do better. And they're like, yeah, dude, don't worry. You'll catch on. And like second game, I'm top leaderboard. Third game, top. And like now they're just like, well, this sucks. Like there's very few times where people be like better than me at something. So yeah, then if they found basketball, I do not play basketball, period. I just don't. I never have liked it. I don't know why. It's just not a game for me. I'm happy for other people for enjoying it or whatever. But yeah, My friends always love that they're better at basketball than me at whatever. I'm just like, okay, it's just not my sport, so it is what it is. I find that funny when people get so excited. They find that one thing that they're better at you at, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm happy that Roman's playing basketball in his room, like on he's got a little basketball hoop in his room and stuff. And Bristol was going in there and playing. And once again, I'm just happy they're playing any version of a sport, any version of hand-eye coordination. Like, I understand the majority of humans are going to get a job and spend the rest of their life looking at screens and sitting in a chair. Like, that's their job. Does hand-eye coordination matter for the majority of humans? No. But when you plant these seeds and you do give them hand-eye coordination, it opens up doors to maybe one day Roman does find a sport that he really enjoys, and he might play a club league basketball for the rest of his life. And now he has an activity to go enjoy outside, to be physical, to not just get sucked into sitting on a couch and doom scrolling. Like, that is my goal as a parent, is to introduce my children to activities, give them the coordination to when that something new presents himself, like scooters, skateboarding, whatever new flying hoverboard thing that comes out in the future. They can get on it and immediately be, like you said, with picking up a new video game, immediately being good at it. It's because you built that base. So being like giving them a base so that when they find a new activity, they're immediately decent at it. So they're like, okay, I'm actually going to put in the extra, because everything takes a little extra time to go from entry to good. And then obviously from good to great takes a lot of extra time. But to see if they, you know what, I do want to pursue this. I do want to learn this. I do want to play baseball. I do want to do, like, all that stuff. Like, but it starts with, hey, here's a basketball hoop in your room. You're bored? Go play basketball in your room. Oh, you're bored? You have 6 skateboards that you can play on, plus bikes and scooters and a driveway. Get outside. You're not going to sit in here and play the Xbox. And it is one of those things where I don't get to play a lot of games now because I run a business and I have a lot of work to do. But I love video games and Halo and all this stuff enough that I got the Xbox. We have the Game Pass. I'm financially invested in video games, and I'd love to play video games with Roman, and when we do, it's so much fun. But I can't let him play video games because it rots his brain, and then he's just rude to his sister and doesn't play with his sister if he gets to play video games and all this type of stuff. So it's like, I want to do it. I want to play with you, but it's just like maybe he's not totally ready yet. Maybe it'll get better when he gets a little older. But at the same time, like, we got to go outside and play. Like, playing outside is so important.
Yeah, no, it's tough. The doom scrolling dynamic and everything, and yeah, it's trying to set lead by example, like you said. Like, you can't be doom scrolling yourself. You got to be playing the sports or doing this, that, or another. Yeah. So, I am curious to see what's.
I almost kicked Roman in his head yesterday.
Dang. Whoa, that escalated quickly.
Home,
what just happened?
Yesterday, we spent 5 hours looking at homes in Summit County, going around with the realtor looking at homes. We were out doing stuff. And we get home at 5, right before the football game, basically. And I hadn't posted a video yet. So I gotta work. I gotta post. I haven't been on my phone all day. I get my phone and posted. Everyone's like, get off your phone, Dad. Why are you on your phone, Dad? And I'm like, boy, I'm working over here.
Jeez, that's intense.
Sometimes I wish Bobby understood that when I wanted to post my video out in my office. I wanted to come in the office, get the video posted, everything, and then go inside. But she's like, can you just sit on the couch and post? Can you just be around us? Because that's like a very girl thing. They just want you around. And I was like, sure, I'll come inside and post. But then now my kids are looking at me just face deep in my phone. But I'm working. I'm legitimately not scrolling. I'm not consuming. I'm creating. And yet my children, because they're children, don't understand that. They just see Dad in his phone. And like, I do try to. Maybe I need to have this. I never thought of this, but I do need to tell my wife this. I do personally like to try and post away from them so they don't see me face deep in my phone.
Have that healthy conversation. have that healthy conversation. I will say, I watched this, like, there's this couple on Instagram that pops up in mine and Kirsty's feed where like the husband will act as the wife or the wife will act as the husband type thing. And there was this skit that they did where the husband was acting as like the wife, and she always just was like, she would just go into the office and be like, what are you doing? And he's like, hey, I'm just working on my computer. And she's like, I mean, everyone's in the living room. Do you just want to come to the living room? Like, just wanting him physically there. So I will say Kirsty's not
it's such a
Kirsty's
girl
not
thing.
necessarily like that. Yeah, she wants to be around and everything, but at the same time, like when I go to edit the podcast or whatever, she's like, yeah, whatever, like, you're doing your thing. She'll just do her thing, and like it works out. So
It's so funny because I have a laptop, and yes, I can edit on my laptop. But I also have a 37-inch wide bending monitor that connects to my laptop that gives me this massive screen to edit on. And if you ever edited, you know, when you are editing on a lot larger screen, you can just see everything better. And a mouse and a separate keyboard are so nice for speed of editing and just all of it. And then you're in a nice room and you get in a flow and a zone, and you're just like, and she's like, can you just lay in bed and edit? I know you can just lay in bed and edit. And I'm like, yeah, I can, but then I can't hear anything. And so I gotta crank up the volume on the laptop. And then you're mad the moment I start trying to find a song, because the song volume is gonna be way, way different than the voice volume. So also the song volume is like super loud. And then she's like, turn that down. And I'm like, I can't hear the talking. And then I forget that the computer's up super loud when I go to the music. And then you yell, and I just want to be my own.
yeah, no, I hate using the trackpad on a laptop. I hate that. If I don't have a mouse, I don't want it. So I've got a MacBook as well, and actually got a separate keyboard. I also have a separate keyboard. I found this though at the Goodwill. So I got that. I've got the same.
Oh, that's an older one.
Yeah, I've got the same mouse that you have too as well though. But it's like, if I don't have the mouse, I don't even want to touch my laptop. Like I hate that trackpad. I can use it for some basic like web browsing or whatever. But if I'm editing, nope. I need the mouse. I can't do it. So I get it, bro. I get it.
The crazy thing, and I might be old school, but like so many people edit just on their phone, like their videos nowadays in CapCut and stuff. And I know you were encouraging me to use CapCut more. I downloaded it. I opened the app and I was like, nope, I don't know what's going on in here. Nope.
We'll have to hang out soon, and
But
we'll have to hang out soon because
give me a quick.
I edit all my videos right now on CapCut because it's just nice because like I'll go to work, and if it's like if I don't have any appointments or something, like I'll just go film something and then I can edit it pretty quickly on my phone.
I like the Jeep commercial.
The Jeep one was good, dude. And like, I don't know, like I mentioned that to you like a couple weeks ago when we were talking about it. And I don't know, you felt like a little, you were like, maybe. And then other people, like the guy that helped me film it wasn't very like into it. But then like, it's got 20,000 views. And I'm like, I thought I did good with that. I thought it was funny. Right. So, yeah, I liked that video.
I'm happy you got a coworker willing to play around with you.
Well, so that guy's name's Bruce. He's younger, and he also is like
Name's Bruce,
dude. I'm so happy you think that way too. If you guys, that was from Finding Nemo. Oh, dude, I say that all the time. But yeah, his name's Bruce, and he's younger, but also he's a rap guy. I told you last week, I think, that he's into rapping and stuff. So he knows a lot of big music people. So he's the one that's been helping me. But then other guys, like, they were like, they saw the videos, like, I mean, if you ever need help, like, I'll help you out, man. Like, I got you. So like, I've got some people that are interested in helping. So,
and if they're interested in posting their own, you guys can then like be collaborators in a post and help each other get more followers and things. Have you gotten any sales from social media?
So, I haven't had any sales from the videos yet. I've had people interested, but then they don't follow through. So that Resvani tank I posted, I had 2 people message me that were like, hey, I'm super interested in that vehicle. And one guy was like super interested, and I was like, hey man, like I'll have to talk with you about this on Monday, just legally. I can't talk prices or anything like that. So then Monday came around, and I was like, all right. So before I have my manager go, I didn't say this, but this is the reality. So like, if you come to my dealership, or if you call me or something and you're like, hey dude, I want it's a specific vehicle. I'll just say like, I want a race red Shelby Super Snake Mustang that's an automatic. It has to have leather seats, and I want these types of wheels on it. Can you find me that? Yeah, I can have my managers look to find you that. But like, I'm not gonna go through that process unless you're ready to buy. Like, why would I send my manager on a wild goose chase just for you to not buy it? Like, it's not like, hey dude, does this car exist? Yeah, it exists, but like, we're a business, right? We have work to do. I'm not just gonna like ask my managers to go search for this car across all the Ford dealerships in North America to see if it exists, type of deal. So I told that guy to a certain extent on messaging. I was like, so you're interested in this truck. Before I go and like bring it up to my manager, let's start talking some stuff. Like, for starters, where do you live? Like, are you in Colorado? Is this something I can just like go to you, or like, am I gonna have to transport this vehicle to you, type of deal? But also, like, in order for us to get this vehicle, we're going to need a down payment or a deposit to make sure that you are serious. We're not going to go through the headache once again of like getting this $250,000 vehicle in our inventory if you're not even going to buy it. So there's some logistics. You just have to see it from a business perspective. So once again, I didn't say that in a direct way to him, but I was like, hey, like, let's get some information. Let's like see where we're at with everything. And he just never responded. I actually sent him a message again yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm just revisiting. Are you still interested? But what I'm getting at is I have had people message me because they're interested in something, and then they like never follow through with it. I still take it as a win. Like, I'm getting people's interest, but yeah.
What I would do if I was you is I would post 3 pieces of content a day. A funny one like the Jeep, a educational one that educates the buyer, not call car salesman, and then I would do a location based piece of content. And so the location one goes, hey, I'm in Colorado Springs, essentially telling people where you are. But you could also in that be like, you can buy a car from me anywhere in the United States. And by doing the 3, the fun is to go viral, the educational is to get followers, and the location is to get buyers. So those are that would be my strategy if I was doing what you were doing. I know posting 3 pieces of content is hard, but it could be like, if you only do 1 a day, do that order, like funny, educational, location, funny, educational, location, funny, educational, location, and just rotate them. I promise you, bro, if you do that, that's what I do with my content. I'll make funny content, I'll make educational content, and I'll make rad snowboarder dude content. Like, it's a variety of different types. So there's content that I post, like the Grinch video, strictly designed to get more followers. There's content I post that's educational to create lifelong fans because I taught them how to do something. And then there's I love snowboarding and I just want to post really rad snowboard content.
Yeah, I want to make some educational videos. The one I want to make next is buying a car with bad credit and kind of what to expect in that process, or what it may look like, right? So that's one video that I want to make.
Make that video 700 times. You can post that video twice a month, if not more.
So it's difficult though, because it's like so my sales this month are not great. I've sold 1.5 cars. There's also the reality is like everyone else is also kind of in that same boat. I've got colleagues that are experienced that have sold no cars. I've had the girl that beat me out last month has sold 3 cars. So like, it's been a very slow, weird month. I feel like this weekend is kind of picking up, so that's good. But what I'm getting at is like, I have had more opportunities to make some content, but it's also like, if I spend too much time making content, now I'm not like trying to generate or like not trying to work the leads I have type deal. Like although I haven't sold many cars, it's not that I'm not working. Like I'm working my butt off still, right? So 3 pieces of content a day, that's going to be quite a bit, just with all things considered, because I still have to do my actual job. Right now, I've got kind of, I'm probably going to stop it, but I post like a edited video and then like one of those random ones from CapCut where it's kind of like just like a picture with a meme in front of it type deal. They're okay, but that's not where I want my content to be geared toward. So,
bro, your content can be as simple as, what's up, guys? It's Ben Buckhouse here at Feel Long Forward. I'm in Colorado Springs. Look at this rad, and just talk about one vehicle. Once again, I'm here in Colorado Springs. If you want to come grab a car, blah, blah, and just put that up.
No, I know, but it like so
it takes 10 minutes.
I did that.
But then I get why the Jeep video takes a long time.
Did you see my video, bro? I did do that, but it's I'm on the wrong account.
I saw it. Okay, tell me how many views it got.
I think here. Let me grab my phone because I'm on my computer. So the video I did with talking about the new trade-ins we had, which were great trade-ins, has 289 views.
That's 289 people that saw those great trade-ins. 289. Don't forget, those are people.
And don't worry, I have 3 comments. One from you, one from our other brother Tyler, and one from myself. So.
Yeah, but you're also forgetting that it takes a while to build, and Instagram is different than like TikTok. TikTok, you can post something and get a solid 10 views, even if you have a following. But like, when I look at the video I posted yesterday, 4,000 views. The one before that was 22,000. My baseline's around like 18 to 20,000 views. There's plenty that are in here, 9,000, 8,000, but that's still an ungodly amount of people, even though it's not hitting like a ton or my peak performance or going viral. So it's still worth it. It's still worth it. I promise it's still worth it.
And you got to get into the algorithm and everything like that. But no, we'll see. I'm really sorry. I'm yawning. I'm tired.
I say you're also in a hard world where not everyone wants to follow a car salesman.
That's what I think that the jokes I can come up with and everything will be good enough to get people to want to follow me type deal, right? And that's kind of.
I sent you that car salesman on YouTube that he's got he's got like 40,000 something followers on YouTube.
I'm gonna be honest.
He just talks about selling cars.
0 time on YouTube right now, so I actually have no idea who you're exactly talking about. There's a guy named.
I texted to you.
There's a guy named Russ Flips though. He's pretty big, and he does mostly educational on like he's actually he's a coach trainer now, like that goes to car dealerships and teaches them how to do social media. I personally don't like him as a content creator, but I think that he does great. Like I'm not bashing him. It's just like when I watch him, I'm like, I don't really like he's kind of cheesy, and I don't really care for his personality. That's just a personal preference though. Like I'm not talking bad about him. It's just he's not my type of like person. But yeah, he does really well, and I've watched some of his stuff just to try to learn from it or whatever. Right now, I have it in my Amazon cart. I just need to buy it, but I've got these like cheap little wireless microphones. I really want those. Right now, I'm using AI to change the audio, and that has some pros and cons to it. So, no, I'm ready to do some stuff. This weekend's gonna be good for me. I know I'm gonna sell some cars. I know I'm gonna sell a lot of cars this weekend.
3 cars.
I'm gonna sell 5, 2.5 each day. So 2.5 tomorrow, 2.5 Saturday. 2.5 tomorrow, 2.5 today. 2.5 today, and then 2.5.
And I'm gonna sell a car.
Okay. No, I'm joking. But I think we need to start wrapping up the podcast. I think this is a great episode, bro. I don't know about you. I had a lot of fun with this one. Yeah.
I hope you guys made it past the football talk. I know not everyone likes football.
Go Pack, go. No, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for
I thought you were about to flash us for a second.
yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being a part of the conversation down below. You guys are liking. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time. We really do appreciate it. Do you have anything else to say, bro?
Be open-minded, learn, work hard. If something's hard at first, just know the more you do it, the easier it's going to get, no matter what it is. Every human is capable of learning, and keep evolving.
Peace.